say that I gave out Chicago pens to all the folks who are visitors, but I kept a special one for Chairman Harrison. So this is our Chicago flag, but encased in a heart. And that's really, I think, what this day is about, the heart of our city, the love of our city, and I want to make sure that I pass on that gift to Chairman Harrison.
Folks, give it up one more time for your great mayor. I can tell you this, she was key in terms of making this decision. Working with her and Governor Pritzker and all of your folks was so important. But Mayor, we are so grateful and thankful for your leadership and for making this happen. Just, folks, look at this beautiful view. Yeah. Look at it. Look at this beautiful day. I am thrilled to be here in Chicago, the host of the 2024 Democratic National Convention. I want to start by thanking my friends up here with us today, Governor J.B. Pritzker, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson, Senator Tammy Duckworth, and all of your elected officials, many of your elected officials and community officials here in Chicago and across Illinois. I want to thank your congressional delegation, many who are longtime friends, aunties and aunts. I see Jan Schakowsky here, Congressman Danny Davis, Bobby Rush, and my remarks are flying all about. That Chicago windy city is on mark today. But the entire congressional delegation for all that you all do. I want to thank State Party Chair Liz Hernandez, our DNC Hispanic Caucus Chair Iris Martinez, but I also want to particularly thank a good friend, the former State Party Chair and Congresswoman Robin Kelly, for all her hard work on this bid as well. Robin worked very hard with this entire delegation to make this happen. I also want to thank and recognize several DNC officers, my colleagues and friends who are here today. Vice Chair Ken Martin, who is here. Secretary Jason Ray, who is here. And of course, our finance chairman, our money man, Chris Corge, is also here. Thank you all for your friendship and your partnership. You all have been relentless advocates for Chicago and such great partners throughout this process, and we are so excited to have you as our convention host next August. I also want to take a moment to thank the three other cities that were in the running. New York and Mayor Adams and Governor Hochul. Atlanta, Mayor Dickens and Congresswoman Nikema Williams. And Houston with Mayor Sylvester Turner. I want to thank them for all of their hard work. Folks, it was a hard decision because each of these cities would have been extraordinary hosts, and they told a compelling story about our country and the values of the Democratic Party. And I just want them to know that we are so grateful for them and their friendship and their leadership, and we are looking forward to working with them to showcase their cities in other capacities. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank our team at the DNC, led by Alex Hornbrook. Folks, I don't give the title of real deal to too many people, but Alex Hornbrook is the real deal. Alex, thank you so much for your leadership. And I want to thank our technical advisory group. If you're a part of the DNC Technical Convention Advisory Group, raise your hand. Folks, these people have decades of experience doing conventions. And they came in and they kicked the tires, they looked under the hood, they came up with the pros and the cons, they grilled folks, and in the end of the day, they gave us their best assessment on which city would make the best city to host the next convention. So I want to thank them for their work. And then we have a number of our DNC members, staff here, and I want to thank them all for all of the hard work as well. On behalf of the Democratic Party, my friends, we are thrilled to bring the Democratic Convention back to the Midwest. This region This region was critical to President Biden and Vice President Harris's 2020 victory. We won big here in 2022, and it will be a part of how we win big again in 2024. This region will also give us the opportunity to showcase the Biden-Harris economic agenda that is unleashing a manufacturing boom, strengthening U.S. supply chains, creating good-paying union jobs, and expanding economic opportunity. There is so much to be excited about hosting the convention here in Chicago. You know, in 2020, we unfortunately did not get the opportunity to celebrate President Biden and Vice President Harris's election in the way we wanted to because of the pandemic. We didn't have the typical convention in 2020. We didn't have the typical inauguration in 2021. So I know we are all even more excited this time around and extra eager to give our president and our vice president the celebration that they missed out on. A celebration we know Chicago will deliver on. You know, when we first set out on our site selection process, I said that we were looking for a turnkey operation. And I'm confident that Chicago will deliver on that with a successful convention and a memorable experience for our delegates, our guests, and members of the media, but also for the community of Chicago. Two things that are really, really important to me is to make sure, because the DNC is not just a political organization. Folks, we are a community organization. We need to know the challenges, the hardships, but also the things that the folks in our communities want to achieve. And when this convention comes to Chicago, we expect for it to be a full Chicago convention where we are working with everybody, that the businesses that we are working with represent the diversity of the Democratic Party. Tanisha Williams, who is our director of DEI, is here. And that shows you that we are, from day one, we want to make sure that the dollars that flow out of this convention are flowing into all of our communities, not just a select community. But I want to wrap this up with a personal note. Why do conventions matter? So I'm the third African American chair of the DNC. The first was Ron Brown. Then we had Donna Brazile. And now a little round-headed boy from Orangeburg, South Carolina, me. One of my first political moments that I can remember was in 1988. I was 12 years old, and it was the 1988 convention. And on the stage was Chicago and South Carolina's own Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson. And the Rev was on the stage, and he was talking about hope. And he was inspiring a whole new generation to get involved, to take control, to make sure that hope was available for their generations and generations to come. 12-year-old Jaime was sitting there watching, taking it all in. And now 47-year-old Jaime, the son of a teen mom, the grandchild of someone who dropped out of school in 8th grade and one who dropped out of school in 4th grade, is now going to gavel in the convention right here in Chicago. This convention, folks, will showcase our president and our vice president, but it will show the world what the Democratic Party is all about. At the Republican announcement, they don't have the diversity that you see right here at the Democratic announcement. We are America, and you will see America on full display when the president and the vice president once again accept their nominations and course over to re-election. Thank you all so much for the hospitality, and we are looking forward to celebrating right here in Chicago. And now, folks, it is indeed my pleasure to bring up to the stage someone who is also not only your senator, but she's a DNC vice chair as well. The amazing senator from the great state of Illinois, Senator Tammy Duckworth.